Everybody, hey, hopefully you guys can see us all right. What I've got Chris Record, and on probably your left, my right, we got Damian Coughlin, and over here, we've got Brian Dixon. And
Stop this video, because you must see our special gifts and bonuses ready for you. Click on the link in the description and see what we have ready for you.
What we're going to do is we are going to do a Q&A answer session with you. This is where you can basically ask us questions related to Shopify, related to Facebook advertising, related to the 90-day challenge, related to e-com, and we're going to answer them live. Okay, so we've got about a 45-minute window right now. At the top of the hour, we've got to end hard because we've got to jump on a plane and continue our traveling. But we wanted to come with you. Even on a holiday weekend, we're here to serve you. So in the comments on the Facebook Live, can you let us know if the video is coming in clear? And then also I'm going to share my screen, but let us know if the video is coming in clear and what it looks like. And then all you've got to do is ask your questions. Start building up your questions right now, and we will go ahead and we will answer them. Okay? Cool. All right. So as you can see, right now we're hanging out here. We're actually getting ready to eat some lunch really quick. We got 45 minutes. So Damian, why don't you come in and real quickly while people are asking questions, why don't you take 60 seconds and introduce yourself, who you are, and kind of what you've done in the e-commerce space, and then you do the same. Cool.
Hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. My name is Damian Coughlin, and I've been an entrepreneur now for 6 months. Originally born and raised in Ireland. I moved to the States and I got a corporate job working in Silicon Valley. I took the skills I've learned there, and now I've applied it to e-commerce, and specifically Shopify, because Shopify is the #1 e-commerce platform. And I synced up with Chris Record, Lawrence Aponte, and other entrepreneurs here in Phoenix, Arizona. And to date, have managed to scale my business from a brand new person, from $0 to, we're estimating, about 500,000 by the end of the month. So it's been a lot of hard work, a lot of mentorship. And the reason why I love this group and I love this challenge is that it's a community of people that are inspired and that are pushing for the same goal of building, growing, and scaling our businesses through $100, through $1,000, and through $10,000. So I'm super excited to be on this live right now. So yeah, that's
awesome. Let's hand over to Brian.
Awesome, guys. So if you don't know me, my name is Brian Dixon. I've been in this space for about 3 years now. I'm a Facebook marketing expert, so that's what I specialize in. You guys have any questions related to Facebook ads, I'm your guy. I've been, I started this whole gig wanting just the ability to travel the world and live that laptop lifestyle. I've now generated well over $1.5 million in affiliate marketing, with Facebook advertising while traveling the world full time. So that was my dream, and here I am now with these guys, and I'm here for you.
Awesome. So we've been traveling these last few days. We're actually in Salt Lake City, Utah. Tonight we'll be in Scottsdale, Arizona. Tomorrow we will be in San Diego, California, and then following that we'll be at a 5-day event at the Tecademics headquarters all week. So you guys, we're excited and fired up, but we have to end at the top of the hour. So ask your questions. If you are watching live, one of the benefits of watching live is that you get the ability to be able to ask questions to us, okay, even on a weekend. So ask your questions. Damian's monitoring them, and let's just kind of go from there.
Yeah, so guys, first question, and I guess it's more of a question for you, Chris. You mentioned before about the Tecademic branding. People are asking, where can they buy apparel? So hats and t-shirts.
Where can you buy Tecademics apparel? Our store is pretty much almost launched, and we've just been running full steam ahead. Haven't had somebody to manage that, so stay tuned. I'll make an announcement within the next week, but we've got an entire store filled with all kinds of apparel, and we're excited about it. So stay tuned. We'll let you know how to shop on the store.
Yeah, so the next question is from Emilio. Thank you so much for your question. She's asking, what is the best way to give an ad a good momentum? For instance, at what dollar or stats should you change your objective?
Okay, so you've started a Facebook ad. You want to know how long to continue it before you know whether or not you're going to pause it or you're going to scale it. And then how long until maybe you should choose your objective. For example, maybe you're starting out trying to boost a post and get a little bit of engagement, but then you want to go into maybe a website conversion ad to start converting. You want to know basically how long until you make that change, and you also want to know what to look for in that. So why don't we each take a second and give some feedback. Mm-hmm. For me, the Chris Record School of Business, I like to run both a page post engagement ad and a website conversion ad at the same time. I like to give my post a little bit of social proof with page post engagement, but I also want to make sales. And the best way to make sales is website conversion ads. It's what Facebook wants us to post to make sales. So I like to run my ads for at least 3 days. And then I like to, even if I'm kind of losing money, I'm going to give them maybe a few days, because sometimes Facebook doesn't really figure it out until day 3. So that's what I look for. And then if the ad is converting well, then I don't scale the page post engagement ad, but I do scale the website conversion ad. I keep figuring out ways to drive more of those and expand. So why don't you guys jump in and share some of your thoughts?
Yeah, Gus, so my train of thought is the same thing, right? I want Facebook to kickstart the algorithm as soon as possible. And the best way to do that, guys, is get your PPE going, right? They are the people who are more likely to engage, like, and share. And that's going to give you an indication on how well your product to customer matches, which is very important in your ability to scale your campaigns going forward. As Chris mentioned, WC, website conversion, purchase, and add to cart are the best way to engage and get that going forward into a sales funnel. Okay, guys, it's all about that sales funnel. So view content, add to cart, initiate checkout, and purchase, right? So guys, again, use website conversion in conjunction with your PPE, and give it time, guys. And there's another thing to remember: weekend traffic is different to weekday traffic. So guys, your stats are going to be up and down. So it's all about analyzing your data, become an efficient marketer, not only in your product, but in analyzing Facebook ads. So give it time, guys, and be patient and collect that data, build that pixel, and grow and scale.
Awesome. You got any feedback you want to come in?
Awesome. Yeah. So just as Damien said, the one big thing that I focus on is website conversions and building that pixel. So I agree with everything they just said on the PPE ads completely, and on the website conversion. If you're just starting to run those conversion ads, I would run a view content ad first, build that pixel up, get the people driving to that page, and then once you have that pixel, have some info on that pixel, I would then switch to a purchase conversion instead of the view content. But that's once you build that pixel. I would give that pixel at least 1 to 2 weeks of solid data running ads to it. And as Chris said, I let my ads run for about 3 days before I make the decision, because sometimes it does take Facebook that amount of time to ramp up and get you that result you're looking for.
Awesome. Let's keep the questions coming.
Yeah. So we have another question here from Derek Burton. Thank you so much for the question. Is it a good idea to sell a high ticket item in your general store? And that's a great question, guys. And 2 metrics that I firmly believe in e-commerce, and 2 important metrics that you have to understand, is number 1, the average order value, and number 2, the lifetime customer value. Now, the reason why these 2 metrics are so important for you is because the more revenue that we're getting from each sale, the more we have available to us to spend on ads and spend on scaling and growing our email list and our brand, etc., etc. So Derek is asking high ticket. High ticket, guys, is those high-end products, right? They're costing maybe over $70, $80, over $100. Now, Chris has mentioned before, guys, and this is a key factor. People have to know you, like you, and trust you in order to build that relationship in handing over their credit card to you, right? So what I recommend, guys, is starting off with basics. This is a structured journey, right? I want you guys selling basic stuff around $20, $30, building that email list, and then over time we're going to convert these loyal customers into a high ticket strategy. So guys, remember, it's all about getting the customer in the door and making that first purchase, because as we get those first purchase, we're going to nurture them along through systems like MailChimp, etc.
Awesome. So when it comes to the price range of the products that you're selling on your store, if you're a brand new beginner, I would suggest finding products for less than $10, okay? Just reduce your risk, okay? Because you're dealing with drop shippers, you're dealing with wholesalers out in places like China. You are going to have to send them some money, right? So since you're going to have to send the money, the smaller amount, the better. And then you kind of up it to $20, $30, thanks. $20, $30, $40, $50. Now I see a lot of you trying to sell products for like $100, $200, $500. Well, if you're drop shipping those products, I want you to keep something into consideration here, which is, number 1, you're going to be collecting $500, then you're going to send $500 to somebody in China and hope that that product gets delivered through customs properly, hope that that product gets delivered without any damage. And then if there is damage, you are the one, your store is the one taking that risk. So what I like to do is I like to minimize risk by dealing with smaller, inexpensive products. You can still make good margin. Think about selling in cheap, low price points and selling bulk amounts of them rather than selling high price points. Don't mess around with high price points until you understand how to sell online, that you're good with Facebook ads, you understand this business. But get your feet wet with smaller, inexpensive products, okay? Even if you see something great, like, oh, this is a perfect product, it's $400 from some outsourcer. I personally don't even bother with taking the risk. That's my thoughts, that's my strategy.
Excellent. So
Cool.
Brian, have you got anything else to add? Or?
You guys keep looking for questions in the background if there's anything.
So I have another question from someone asking about, on their site, whether putting their personal information is a good idea. No, guys, I recommend, since we're treating this like a legitimate business, which you should be, I recommend you guys buying a PO box within your local area. So for me, I'm based here in Phoenix, Arizona, so I just went down to the local post office and got myself a PO box. Therefore, I'm able to put that onto my website, and I'm also able to send any returns back to that address rather than my own personal address. Okay, guys, that's one to remember. So Diana's asking, who's the other gentleman? The other gentleman is a guy called Brian Dixon, and Brian is a wealth of experience in internet marketing and Facebook ads and driving traffic.
Yep. Okay, so we have another question here from Mustafa. When you switch between conversion pixels, do you edit the ad set, then change the pixel, or do you create a new one? So when I have a converting ad set, I don't touch it at all. I leave it. If I want to scale up or if I want to change the pixel, I duplicate that ad set out, and then I change the pixel that way. I never touch a ad set that's performing and that's generating you the results that you're looking for.
And there's a reason why you don't want to touch existing ad sets. Is because when you edit one of your ads, you're actually starting over Facebook's optimization of that ad. So what happens is Facebook starts building on that ad and they start getting it after a few days. Any edits or any changes that you resubmit, it's like starting that ad over. So if you have a high converting ad, the best practice is just to leave it. Okay? Now, there will be some advice you hear out there that will say make small incremental budget increases. What they mean is that, if you have a $5 a day ad, then you might want to make small incremental budget increases. But here's the thing. I've tried that, okay, and I've done both. Here's what I have found to be more effective. A small budget increase that they're recommending is about 10% in a budget increase that doesn't throw off Facebook that much. That's even what my ad rep tells me to do. But I told my ad rep, I said, well, if I'm placing a little $5 a day ad and I increase it 10%, that's only 50 cents. Now I'm up to $5.50 or $6 per day. That's just an extra $1 a day of spending. What I say, my method is I'll just clone that ad straight up and maybe change one or two small things. Now I've got another $5 a day ad. I've just increased my budget by 100%, and that $5 a day ad performs great. And my ads rep says, oh yeah, you could do it that way too. That actually makes a lot of sense. So see, a lot of people out there are going to say make small budget increases. Here's what I've personally found that works, is what Brian just said. When you have an ad that's performing, leave it. Go in and duplicate it. Go into Power Editor, check the box next to that campaign level, and duplicate it and create a new campaign with a new $5 a day ad spend and duplicate it. You can actually do an exact duplicate, and believe it or not, that will work. But what works even better is that if each duplicate has a slightly different audience or maybe a slightly different age range, or maybe one is targeting men, one is targeting women. So let's say you have an ad that's performing, and it's just tailoring everybody 18 and above, men and women. Duplicate it, do another ad, $5 a day, just targeting men, and duplicate another one just targeting women. That's an example. Now you're spending $15 a day instead of $5 a day, but you've left that original ad untouched. You can do the same thing targeting different countries. You can do the same thing adding different audiences, drilling down, you name it. You got more thoughts on this as well, Damon?
Yeah, that's a super, super important point Chris is making, guys. When I first started off 6 months ago, I was changing my ad sets. And that is a no-no, guys. As Chris mentioned, the only thing you really should be doing is changing the budget slightly, right? Because as Chris says, Facebook works on that optimization, right? So every time you are making a change, you're telling Facebook to do something with the parameters that you have given them, okay? So duplicate the ad set, right? The initial cost of the duplicated ad set will be high, but over time it's going to come down. Your cost per click is going to come down. Your cost per purchase is going to come down. So give it time to optimize, guys, right? But I do recommend duplicating.
Awesome. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump into the Facebook group right now, and we're going to show you guys some of the questions as they come up here in the Facebook 90-day challenge. And then what we're going to do is we're going to jump off the camera right now because we have a few people telling us that the bandwidth isn't that good right now. So we're going to jump into the Facebook group, and we're literally going to do live Q&A with you guys for another half an hour, okay? So right now, if you're in the Facebook group and you're watching this live, this is your exclusive opportunity to be able to ask questions, okay? So let me go ahead and switch it over to the live screen. Let's do it. Boom. There we go. You guys should be able to see now. You can see the latency even on the camera is actually so low here that it's hard to even come up. But we can actually see your questions and your answers. So we're going to go ahead and keep asking questions now. And you won't be able to see us, but you will be able to hear us.
Yes, so Laura Gallagher is asking a good question. She's struggling to analyze ads properly. What are the main metric heading we should have in our ads manager and learn to read from, if that makes sense? So I'm going to answer that, and I'm also going to post the metrics that you need to be looking at, right? So here are the metrics you should be looking at, right? Number one is reach. Reach is how much has your ad set been shown to. Number two is frequency. What is the average number of times your ad has been shown to the same customer? You want that frequency down to be about 1, 1.0, 1.1, 1.2. Anything higher, that means that your ad is being shown to the same person. That's going to leave an increase in your ad cost. The second one is CPM. CPM is cost per thousand. So how much is it costing you to show your ad to 1,000 people? The second thing is cost per click, link click. This is basically the cost it is to you if I go and click on your link that sends me to your Shopify store. The cost per purchase is how much do I have to spend, or how much have I spent to make that purchase conversion on ads, okay? The next one is website conversion purchase. So this is going to be the total revenue you have gotten from that sale.
Okay, let's repeat them starting from the top,
Okay,
and I'll write them down here.
So reach. We can explain them later, but
okay.
let's go to reach is so then we have frequency, CPC, link click in brackets link click,
okay.
Link click, CPM. CPM is cost per thousand, so yeah. Next is cost per purchase. Next one's purchase conversion. Relevance score, and add to cart, purchase, and view content. Now they're not in the you can arrange them in whatever way you want, but guys, they are typically the ones.
And what was this answering like with this?
So someone asked the question is she's having a hard time analyzing her data. So guys, these are the columns you need to be looking at, because these will give you an indication on a high versus poor performing ad. And you know, over time, guys, remember this is a journey, right? So we're going to be able to show you down the line how and why these are so crucial to you deciding whether to shut off an ad or scale an ad. Okay. Reach, frequency, CPM.
Okay, so we're going to leave this up for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so the answer here is Damien's top 10 metrics that he looks at in his reporting. Okay, and it might change. I'm just kind of jumping in here.
That's off the top of my head, guys.
That's just like off the top of his head. Okay, so why don't you go in real quick, Damien, and why don't you explain each one of these again, just for people that are watching. You guys take notes. Sometimes you want to throw in some intermediate and advanced content for people that are maybe making some progress. If you're a beginner, you'll be able to come back and reference this. So Damien, why don't you jump in and explain each one of these again?
Okay.
Now that they have it up on the screen.
So guys, as we all know, there's 3 parts to an ad. There's campaign, there's ad set, and there's the ad. Now guys, at the ad set is how we analyze basically each individual, ad set, whether it's, targeted to brands, whether it's targeted to web magazines, etc., etc. Now, as over time, when you're basically running your ads, your Facebook is gonna send more and more people to that ad set. So your reach is going to tell you how many people, how many impressions has your ad been given. So say for example, on day 1, you may reach 1,000 people. Okay, so the reach is going to tell you, you know, exactly how many people are coming to that ad set, right? That product. Now the frequency, guys, is the average number of times that you have shown the same ad to the same person. Now the reason why frequency is important, guys, is because if Facebook shows, if Facebook sees that your ad is being shown to the same person, right, it's going to start, you know, increasing your cost, right? Not only that, but people are kind of going. There's going to be a thing called banner blindness. Banner blindness is when people start ignoring your ads, right? And when people ignore your ads, Facebook is going to look upon that negatively, right? So what I recommend, guys, to reduce your frequency is to duplicate the ad set. And if you're doing flex targeting, guys, which is intersecting audiences, I would remove one level of flex. So say, for example, your ad set, which has a high frequency, say the audience size is 100,000 people, you may have had a reach of 60,000 people on that 100,000 audience. So duplicate the audience size, guys, and remove a level of flex or expand your audience. So maybe you're running to women only. I want you guys to run to men only. Maybe you're in the US. I want you to go to Canada, Australia. Okay? So cost per click link, guys. Cost per click is basically on everyone's ad, right? We have a hyperlink which goes to our website, right? When someone clicks on that link, you're being charged. Okay? So basically you want that. I usually aim for 50 cents or less because I'm all about volume, right? I want it to cost me less to send more people to my website. So guys, do not have a high cost per click, right? Because that's gonna impact your cost per purchase, right? The next one is CPM, the cost per thousand. How much is it costing me, guys, to reach 1,000 people? Okay, how much is it costing me to reach 1,000 people? And guys, I typically aim for $10 or less. You know, on video ads, I can get really cheap CPM and cost per click. So guys, remember, it's all about experimenting, and you've got to be willing to put the time in to figure out what works best for your niche, etc. Right? Cost per purchase, guys. I think this is a straightforward one. You know, how much did you spend on ad to obtain that purchase conversion? All right, purchase conversion is, it's just going to show you the total revenue generated from that purchase. Okay, you may have 10 purchases on that ad set. Each sale was $50. That's a $500 purchase conversion. Relevant score. So the relevant score is basically telling you, you know, how relevant your product to customer match is. I aim for 9 or 10. Anything below that, that means that you are not accurately targeting the product to your customer. Add to cart is basically how many add to carts your product has received. If you have a high add to cart and a low purchase, that means that basically people love your product, but when they get to the checkout page, they have an issue with shipping, or they have an issue with the branding that you have associated with that checkout page. So guys, it's all about improving your website, not just your product. The purchase obviously is the number of purchases, guys. You can do this through the Facebook pixel. Make sure you install it correctly. You can install it through the Pixel Helper, which is on the Google Chrome extension. The view content is just another view content. How many people have viewed the content but not have yet to go along the sales funnel?
Awesome, Damien. Thanks for sharing that. I love it, man. Damien just gave you guys a nice little overview of all of his data, his reporting. He did that off the top of his head. If you guys appreciate that, show Damien some love. Say thanks, Damien, in the comments. Because he did that while having a full plate of food in front of him, not even touching his food. Okay.
6'4" Irishman.
Okay, so let's go to this question here.
Cool.
Vivian says, and I'll have Brian jump in on this. Vivian says, we have been told to start with a general store. Hold on, these comments are getting in the way. Okay. We have been told to start with a general store. Now I understand that the pixel gets all mixed up if you're promoting different niches in your store. What do you say about this? Now, I've got some thoughts, but why don't we just all three chime in? Kind of, what's our thoughts about? Real quick, we tell people to start with a general store because when you're new, you don't even necessarily know what niche is going to sell well. It's better to go general, and each one of your categories could be like a different niche, and then you'll figure out what's selling from there. But what they're saying is, well, then their pixel's going to be messed up. What they might have 10 people over here buying animal products. They might have 10 people over here buying motorcycle products. They might have 10 people over here buying nursing products. It's messing up their pixel. Why don't we all chime in with some of our thoughts there?
Well, if they're making sales, then I don't think you're going to have much of an issue with your pixels. So, I mean, that's one thing. But I mean, starting off, you want to keep this simple. You don't want to overcomplicate it, guys. I would. I mean, if you're starting off, new, keep it simple. That general store. Test a bunch of different products and different niches. Find what works. Just use that one pixel starting off. You don't need to go starting multiple ad accounts, creating like more and more headaches for you. I've been running one single ad account for myself for the past 3 years, in multiple opportunities, running multiple different offers, and it still converts and it works well because it's still the same account that I use. So I personally recommend just keep it simple. You don't want to overcomplicate things here, especially when you're starting off, and just keep that same pixel and use that one pixel until you can find a product that really takes off, and maybe you want to then build a store just around that niche, and then you can go open another account and create a pixel for it just for that store specifically. But starting off, I just say keep that one pixel.
Yeah, I agree totally, guys. What Brian says is super smart. We do not want to overcomplicate the process in the initial stages of our e-commerce journey. I'm 6 months in the game, and I'm targeting multiple different niches with the same pixel. So, guys, it works. Just use the standard pixel, and over time, as we become more confident and we figure out, based on our general store, what exactly is working, we can start with tools like, there's a tool called Trackify, which Thomas Barkey runs, and Trackify allows you to create custom conversions. But again, guys, I don't want to overwhelm you guys. Right now, start with a basic pixel, and as we scale and grow this business, we can look into the other opportunities to really focus on individual niches.
Awesome. Okay, Debbie says, so after we get your engagement with a page post engagement ad, we leave it running and start a conversion ad with the same audience? Yeah, I mean, those are two totally different things. Page post engagement is what you do to get a lot of likes, shares, and comments on your post. Conversion ads are what you do to tell Facebook, track people that click the link and go take an action of some kind, what they call an event. Like, they go view your content, they go add a product to a shopping cart, or they go make a purchase. They're two different ads. You can hit them with the same audience, that's fine. But usually what I do is my page post engagement audience is big. I'll do this one in the audience range of like 1 to 5 million. And then a website conversion ad I'll do in an audience range of like 200,000, 800,000. So my website conversion ad is going to be to a more laser targeted audience. My page post engagement ad is going to be to a more broad audience. International sellers training coming soon. We've been working with the company to help set all that up. So we're going there. I just started a new campaign this morning, 10 hours ago, but I see the amount spent is higher than reach. I wouldn't be able. That's
too early.
Oh wait, I just read.
They're coming in so quick.
They're coming in so quick. All right. That wasn't supposed to, and there's no clicks on my link. I used conversion with purchase. No, that's going to be a little tough to answer without seeing it. Mustafa, you're going to probably want to do a screenshot, ask it in their own question. Sophia, is it normal that my cost per website purchase is higher on my duplicated ad? Frequency 1.5. Duplicated for $10, still getting sales. Now, I guess, Sophia, to follow up on that question, it all depends on what your original ad was. If it's an exact duplicate, was your original ad a $10 a day ad? That would make a difference. If you went from a $5 a day ad to a $10 a day ad, you're going to notice difference in that. Now, yes, a duplicate ad does not mean you're going to get duplicate results. For example, in my page post engagement ads, I'll often get better results from my duplicated ads than from the original, what I call the master ad. I'll create one master ad, and then maybe what I'll do is I'll create several duplicate ads. I often get better results from my duplicate ads than from the master ad. Now, that being said, it's very, very different with website conversions. So yes, you should expect different costs, but you're saying duplicated for 10. Right off the bat, if you've got an ad performing at 5 and you're duplicating to 10, you will see different results. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, can you please clarify whether a new pixel needs to be used per product or per category? Okay, here's very clear clarification, everybody. 1 pixel per store. Okay? Keep it simple. 1 pixel per store. In a general store, you're going to use 1 pixel. Okay? Why don't we all chime in here with let's all chime in on some of our favorites for ad type. Okay? If you want to sell a product,
yep,
You can do a link ad, you could do a picture ad, you could do a video ad, you could do a carousel ad. There's a lot of choices. There is the first answer is which is the best? Kenneth, there's no best, okay? Yeah. Every product could be sold a different way, but there is no best kind of ad to use, Kenneth. But why don't we all share maybe one or two of our favorite types of ads which we've noticed convert? Okay. I'll start with you, Damien.
Okay. So guys, as Chris mentioned, guys, you've got to be willing to test what works for you. There's no answer to that, right? So right now, guys, what's working in the industry for me is video website conversion ads. Now, guys, so as we all know, Facebook is all about, they're in a battle war right now for content, right? So what they're doing is they are basically allowing, or they're showing content which is video based to their audience because it's higher engagement. So you see a lot of Facebook Lives get priority over photo posts. So what I do, guys, is I run these slideshow. So it's a website conversion video, but you can select 10 static images, so it looks like a video. Then you can apply some background music to it, and it's usually about a 10-second video, and it's super engaged, right? Super engaging. You can add the link to it, or you can add the shop now down to the bottom right hand corner. So video website conversion ads are super powerful right now. I also run WC 1200 by 1200 photo post ads and 1200 by 1650. 1650 is a new ad creative that Facebook came out with a month ago, right? And what 1200 by 1650 website conversion post ad allows you to do, anyone with a big phone or big, whatever they're working on, right? They're able to look at your ad in a more clearer and highly, because there's more space on that ad, right? So they work well as well, 1200 by 1650. So they're my go-to types right now. And yeah.
Awesome. I'll jump in. This is Chris. My favorite go-to type of ad to place in general is video ads. I'm a huge fan of video ads. What I like is if you have a product that is unique and super cool, and if you can find a video, I especially like square videos on Instagram. So if you can find, like, let's say a product we recently sold was a magnetic car charger that your phone can basically twirl around on at 360 degrees. You put it right in the vent of your car. And what it does is your phone just magnetically just sticks right on it. So when you get in your car, everybody has a phone. There's nowhere to put your phone, right? Well, all you do is you just basically just go and quickly slap it right there on the vent. And that's a product that doesn't sell as well via a picture, because a picture doesn't do it justice, but it sells very well via a video. Same kind of thing with a phone charging system. There are wireless phone charging systems, these little phone charging pads, where you can literally just slap your phone down on it and it'll start charging your phone. These kind of things are very, very powerful to show via video. Okay, there's another one that's like a magnetic phone cable. So instead of like in the dark trying to plug your phone into a phone charging cable, there's a little magnetic piece you can add on it. Again, these things show better via video. So if you have a product that can show really well via video, somebody has probably already made a video. I like finding a square video or an HD video, and I'll turn it into a square with a big black bar on the top and bottom with some text on it, kind of like a video meme, and I'll use video ads. Those are my favorite. I noticed a lot of engagement on those ads.
Yeah, awesome. Brian here. And just like these guys said, I mean, video is obviously is something that's very prominent right now. Facebook is favoring it. Facebook is favoring it right now. I don't really have much to add to that. I think just moving in the direction of creating those carousel type ads, which I've just recently started doing as well. With the 10 photos that Damien was talking about, those work very well. And just as Chris said, the video ads on Instagram and Facebook, again, just showcasing the product, being able to show it off greater than you would be able to with a picture ad. And as I said, Facebook is currently, they're putting emphasis on video ads.
Absolutely, video ads are powerful.
Yeah.
Michael says, abandonment cart protector. I have not been able to find it on Shopify. Okay, Michael, let's do this right here. Go to let's see, Google, and I'm just going to type in abandonment cart protector Shopify. Okay, abandonment cart protector. There it is. First link. Right there. That's it. So look for it. It's got the red shopping cart on it, abandonment protector by Chili Apps. And this basically is the one you're looking for right here, okay? So hopefully that was helpful. Okay, thanks, Tim. Hey, thanks, Tim.
Damn. Thanks for Christopher.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Tim. Okay, you guys, we've got maybe one more question. Let's see. Okay. Umesh says, I started a niche store as my first store and having a hard time selling products. Shall I stop this for a second and start general store or improve this? Umesh, don't stop anything. You don't need to start. You don't need to have multiple stores going. If you have a niche store, you can just have categories in there. You know, like a good example is this. Watch, I'm going to show you guys a niche store. Okay, here's a niche store right here on Shopify. PhoneBB.com. Okay, PhoneBB. Clearly, it's all about phones, right? PhoneBB.com. Look what they did. In a drop-down menu right here, they have categories. Look at this: kitchen and household, health and beauty, pet accessories, car accessories. Listen, what do pet accessories have to do with phones? What do kitchen and household? Let's go to kitchen and household category. Okay, look, it's a niche store all about phones, but here we are looking, look, assorted mop slippers. Okay, these are those slippers you put on your feet to mop your floor in your kitchen. What do those have to do with phones? Nothing. Look, forks, knives, and spoon cutlery set. Okay, so clearly there is a way to do it. Yeah. Don't create multiple stores. If you want to do it, my advice is there's a video in the group that shows how to make drop-down menus, and you can Google this, Shopify drop-down menus, and just create multiple categories inside of your niche store. That should be fine.
Mm-hmm. That site actually getting a lot of, we can show people the traffic that's getting if you want.
Yeah, what's
the similar web?
Okay. You guys want to see, Damien wants to give you a quick little...
SimilarWeb.com.
Oops, yeah, sorry.
So basically, guys, I'm going to prove to you now why exactly there's no point in, like it doesn't matter, guys. Your story, just stick with one store, guys. Okay, let's put in this PhoneBB.com.
It's going a little slow. Okay, you guys, real quick. Here's a quick little bonus session for our last 5 minutes right here. Damien is going to show you real quick. There's a site called SimilarWeb. If you guys find a Shopify store, you can plug it in you and you can see how well they're doing.
Okay.
And you can model after them. Go for it, Damien. Guys,
look at this. So in March 2017, they had 2.6 million visitors. Guys, so this is incredible. Like this store, I'm not going to even guess the revenue that they're generating, but this is crazy, right? This is not seen like millions and millions of dollars, guys, right? Because it's all about traffic, right? They're focused on high perceived value, right? High perceived value products that people need, right? And if you think about it, guys, right? These are phone cases, right? So they apply to a huge audience. So because they've got such powerful pixels, etc., they're able to just scale so fast and grow so quickly. Like you can see here, 40% of the traffic that is on iPhone BB is coming from the States, then 13% from United Kingdom, and 10% from Germany, etc. Right? So guys, if you ever want to analyze your data, you can come in here, right? You can see referrals. Okay, where they're getting the referrals from, destinations. This is a really good site, guys, for you. Okay.
It's not showing the Chrome screen right now.
Oh, it's not showing.
Oh, never mind. So it is. Yep.
It's good.
Okay.
That's good.
So guys, again, right? So don't be if you're not selling, guys, it's the product, right? I want you guys to focus on unique products, okay? And when I'm showing you the stats here, it's a testament that the store that Chris just pulled up that I randomly actually knew as well. I knew the store for random reasons, but guys, it's a simple site. Look at it. Simple logo, simple, very clean, very clean background, guys. And what I like about it is it's visually nice to me, and it's got all different random types of products. But the thing is, guys, they're finding unique products that people love, right? They're like, oh my God, I could use that, and they're scalable products then, right? So.
Okay, final question. You guys, choose a final question. We got to go jump on a flight, everybody.
So I'll just chime in here quickly. I see a lot of questions on just ads, on when to switch the ad off, when do you know if it's working, guys. I can't stress enough that even for myself and Chris and us, we constantly test. We're testing to see what works with $5 ad sets. So you can't test enough. Make sure that you are driving. Make sure your pixel's set up properly. I see a lot of questions with pixels and they're not tracking. Make sure your pixel is set up properly, and then test. Just test in your niche. Keep trying different ad sets that convert. If you're trying a niche, over and over and you're not getting the sales, maybe your product isn't right and you have to, maybe go look at a different product in that niche and it's just not selling. But I can't stress enough, guys, I just test. I always test. I don't get attached to 1 or 2 or 3 different results. I just test until I get something that works, and then I just keep, and then I scale up. So I just want to chime in with that, guys. I see tons of questions just on ads, just on results, and when you should shut them off. So guys, just keep testing.
Awesome. Hey, you guys, we've reached the top of the hour. We've got to jump on a plane. We're coming to you every day, even during the holidays, because that's how much we care and want to serve you. You guys just got a chance to hear from people who manage, 6 figures in revenue from their Facebook ads accounts. So it's been a very valuable session. We will do more Q&A sessions as we go along during this journey with everybody. And congratulations to all of you that have reached the milestones of $100, $1,000, and $10,000 with your store. This is just the beginning. If you guys enjoyed this Q&A session, let us know in the comments and we'll do more of them. And also, if you enjoyed Brian Dixon and Damian Coughlin helping, make sure to give them a shout out as well. We look forward to seeing you guys on the next 90-day challenge.